everyone, Comic Reviewer here, this time reviewing on Spider-Gwen, issue number 4. Now, as you know, the second run of Spider-Gwen lasted for 38 issues. That started off great, but then became a bit stale. And the cover has Gwen Stacy on top of the Gwen Stacy's version of the Green Goblin. And right away, it starts off with Gwen running from the Green Goblin without really covering the last issue, and pretty much starts realizing that this is all her fault and says, enough! And pretty much tries to talk about want them to arrest her and that, and they say, arrest you? Ha! Who said anything about arresting you? And which has the Hobgoblin. So pretty much Gwen Stacy has to Spider-Gwen has to avoid razor blades, and well is joking about the situation, and throws them back at one of the Hobgoblin drones. And so ends up pretty much confronting Harry Osborn as the Green Goblin with his robotic Hobgoblins. Now, the suit isn't too bad. I think it does take some inspiration to the 2002 Spider-Man film one. And even Spider-Gwen tried to talk with Harry that, this isn't your fault. What happened with Peter had nothing to do. And he still basically blames himself and says, you broke his heart. And I stood there, watching it like a stupid movie. And so you can tell that Harry still blames himself, and even Gwen tries to say, none of this is your fault. And pretty much still wants to go after her, and even remembers when Peter was still alive, they played their version of Dungeons and Dragons, with Harry being the Green Goblin. I think Peter probably did this to joke with Harry, to try and get him out of his shell. And so he pretty much breaks off the head of the Green Goblin figure and says, no way, man. My house, my rules. And I'm playing as Archon, Thunder King of Prometheus. And you can tell it breaks his heart knowing that something he worked on got destroyed. And even Gwen calls out on his selfish behaviour, saying that Peter worked on that model for days and was all set to play with him. And even Harry tries to justify this, saying that he's not going to let what the kids at the school break him like they did Parker, and that he doesn't care what they think about him and his geeky interests. So of course, back in the end of the flashback, Spider-Gwen has to try and take on the drones of Hobgoblins, as well as using her weapon to hit with cement and use a giant hammer while making a reference to MC Hammer's song. And soon as basically destroying another one, Green Goblin and Spider-Gwen come face to face, where he uses a energy-like sword, ends up getting punched into a building, and basically uses her webbing to unmask him, and tries to calm him down, saying this isn't who you are, and that Peter wouldn't have wanted this. And so throws a pumpkin bomb, which blows up. And so Harry takes the lizard serum and points out everything that he's done, that originally the serum was Kurt Connor's as well as Peter's science fair project, and of course wanted to use it as a test for the Team Silk and that. And so ends up basically defeating Spider-Gwen and about to undo her mask, which as soon as he unmasks her, it's actually Gwen Stacy, his friend, and says, you can't, that can't be, no, and so screams in anger. And yeah, this is the story. So issue 4 is alright. I feel you could have had Gwen Stacy trying to get on the bus to get back to New York, and I kind of feel they could have took more time with the Green Goblin and could have built it up a bit better. And I kind of feel you could have had Harry basically as the Hobgoblin or Green Goblin still, but have it that that the Hobgoblins could just be other shield agents, like references to past goblins. So I think the issue deserves a thumbs up. Still good and still alright. So, comic reviewer here, signing out.